by Gayle Forman, and we're going to be reading chapter 1. We're going to start off with Amber. Now, it says, "It's always that last hill that does me in. It's so steep, so long. Up past the middle school, past McBurney Farm, past the flashing lights at the four-way stop. I have to stand in my bike's saddle to make it. My thighs burn. Even in the coldest day, I sweat. Even in the coldest day, I sweat. But once I reach the crest, it all feels worth it. There's a delicious moment. Picture a feather suspended in mid-air about to float to earth. The hard work of the hill, of school, behind me. Ahead of me, home. In winter, I pedal down hard and fast. The wind bites my face, but anticipating the warmth waiting me makes the pain almost pleasurable. On milder days in spring or early fall, when the afternoon sun oozes like honey, I take my time coasting down, arms on my side. On those days, the wind sometimes feels like it might lift me up right out of the sea, like I could fly the rest of the way home. When I reach the summit today, my thighs don't burn. Not even a little. Going up felt like going on the flat. Maybe after nearly 40 years of this route to and from school every day, with only a few weeks until graduation. Near, I'm finally used to it. On the way down, I lifted my hands on the sides, whipping past the church, past the Circle K, past the car wash, past someone's white 10-speed bike chained to a lamppost. I don't have my helmet on, so my hair flies behind me like a superhero cape. I round the corner onto the block. I don't see Mom's car in the driveway, which maybe means that she's out with Missy at a youth group or therapy or whatever this thing is they're making Missy go to because she's a weirdo with no friends. If the house is empty, Calvin can come over unless he has work or wrestling practice. I can't remember what he told me in PM homeroom. Also can't remember if Missy had something today, and usually I keep track of that so I know when I can sneak Calvin in. What days does she have youth group again? What day is it even? It's strange that I can't remember considering I spent the last 7 periods writing the date on the heading of various notes, quizzes, and assignments. At the last graduation assembly, our principal, Ms. Wu, warned us about senioritis. She said it typically affects students after they get their college acceptances. They blow off homework, ditch class, oversleep, forget their own names, because you sense the end is coming, she said, but it's not here yet. So while it's okay to loosen the grip, don't let go until the ink of your diploma is dry. Mom always leaves the garage door open for me, but today it's down and locked. There has been a spate of break-ins, so I guess we're being security conscious. Nice of someone to tell me. I park my bike next to the gate and hop the back fence. The patio door is also locked, but there's a spare key carved into the false bottom of the papier mesh rock that Miss made. This is what she does: crafts hiding spots, writes elaborate notes in code. She wants to be a spy when she grows up, like it's a legit career option. And Mom wonders why she has no friends. Anyone home? I call as I nudged open the door. The house feels not just quiet, but uninhabited, like Aunt Pauline's place when she's out of town for months on end and we all go to collect our mail. Not even Mr. Fluff comes out to bunt against my leg. It's also freezing in here. I pad across the living room to the thermostat. I read 68 degrees, which is what Mom leaves it at when no one's home. But like a meat locker, the way it got it when the furnace went on a blink last winter, and we all had to sleep in the living room with space heaters and the fireplace going all night. I can hear the heater ticking, see the air flowing against Mom knitting supplies. I shiver. I better not be getting sick. I go grab an Afghan from the front hall closet, but the shelf where Mom keeps all her crocheted blankets has nothing but Mr. Fluff's cat bed. I guess Mom got him a new one. and a bunch of moving boxes labeled Amber. How very on brand of mom to get jump start on college packing before I even graduated. There are no blankets, so I grab a random gray hoodie that's hanging next to mom's old trench coat and flop down onto the couch. I flick on the TV to catch the last 15 minutes of my favorite talk show. Only I can't find the channel it's on. I can't find the channels. Period. Something's just off with me today. I go to the kitchen to grab the phone to call Casey, like I always do after school. Only when I start to dial, I can't remember her number. Or Calvin's. Or ours. I stare at the handset and try to summon the digits, but the numbers just stare back at me, not to give me away their secrets. The harder I try to pull the numbers, the farther away they swim. Okay, this happened to me once at school, and I thought too hard about my locker combo. I had to close my eyes and let the memory take over. I put the handset to my ear, but nothing happens. There's not even the dial tone. I shiver harder this time. The kitchen is usually the warmest room in the house because the ancient gas stove always emits heat, but it's cold as the living room. I really hope I'm not getting sick. I put my palm against my forehead. Alexa had mono and was out for 5 weeks. I have prom coming up and graduation, the most important weeks of my life. I cannot miss them. When the garage door opens, I'm a little bummed because it means mom's home and Calvin can't come over. But I'm also relieved because if I'm sick, she'll take care of me. It's what she does. I heard the door that leads from the kitchen to the garage to meet mom, catching a glimpse of a framed photo on the wall of me in my cap and gown. Hey mom, I call before she gets out of the car. When did the graduation portraits come in? She doesn't answer. I stepped into the garage from inside the car. Mom begins to scream. That's the end of Amber's part in Afterlife by Gayle Forman.